This is Ryan from Cincy Life Community News, Utah Pirate Radio, behind ZionCurtain.com. A couple of things about this gay marriage thing and gay rights and what's going on in Utah with the anti-discrimination law that was just defeated. I am absolutely against that anti-discrimination law. I'm absolutely against any law that gives special rights or benefits to one group and not others. That being said, I'm absolutely in favor of gay marriage. Absolutely. I have no problem with it whatsoever. I personally have no intentions on practicing it, which is what I say to other conservatives and people who are very concerned about this issue. I tell them, listen, if you don't like gay marriage, don't have one. But you know, if I have the right to get married, or to make, what I call it is to make a contract between two consenting adults, that's what it is. You can call it marriage, you can call it union, you can call it whatever. Whatever it is, it means the same thing to me. I married my wife, we enjoy certain benefits, insurance benefits, you know, death and will type of benefits, you know, all kinds of, you know, financial things on taxes and things like that. We have a lot of benefits as a married couple. You know, my love for my wife isn't defined by a word. My love for my wife isn't defined by a piece of paper. But with that marriage, with that commitment, with that love, you know, we made certain provisions to protect ourselves through marriage, which includes the will, the afterlife, you know, settling and insurance, whatever. Did I already say that? Anyway, the different benefits are, you know, countless, certainly. And there's no reason why two consenting adults, whether they're of the same gender, whether they're of a different persuasion, whatever, no reason why they shouldn't be able to enjoy those same rights. So I am emphatically for getting the government out of regulating marriage. I think polygamists should get married, be able to get married legally. I think gays should be able to get married legally, as long as they're not infringing on the rights of somebody else, and as long as they're not taking advantage of a child. As long as it's two consenting adults or more, I don't care if it's 50 of them, you know, it doesn't bother me. As long as they're consenting and they're not hurting anybody else, it doesn't bother me. That doesn't mean to say that I want to promote special rights. That does not mean to say that I want to you know, support things that would, you know, give an unequal balance to what we call equality. You know, I don't, you know, as a heterosexual, nothing at the workplace protects me from getting fired if I'm acting overly heterosexual. If I'm, you know, constantly talking about, you know, hey, I like women, hey, it's great, you know, or if I'm flirtatious with all the girls at work, or if I'm, you know, absolutely, you know, heterosexual, and that's my persona, and that's what I talk about all day. You know, there's nothing that would protect me in law from getting fired. Likewise, there should be nothing to protect a gay person in law from getting fired for that reason. You know, if I go to work and I'm not representing the company very well, and I'm talking about heterosexual matters all the time, or the heterosexual club, or the heterosexual bar, or the, you know, heterosexual this and that, hey, I would expect that would be a distraction at work, and that would be out of line, and that would be inappropriate, and hey, sure, fire me. You know, I mean, that would be me as an employer with an employee who's acting that way. If they came to work and all they were talking about was those type of things, whether it's heterosexual or homosexual things, you know, those type of topics are not appropriate for the workplace, period. You know, if I was going around asking every woman at work to go on a date with me, you know, and it was like my playground for dating, you know, that would be a distraction as well. That would be something inappropriate for work. I would expect to be fired. I would, as an employer, fire somebody for doing that. Whether they're gay or straight or whatever, doesn't matter to me. Polygamist, whatever, doesn't really matter to me. However, you know, if they want those special rights, if they want, you know, like these anti-discrimination laws, gays or polygamists or whatever, they're going to find that that's going to work against them. Like Thomas Sowell has said about affirmative action, you know, the employer is going to take a risk evaluation of each employee. Now, they may not vocalize this, they may not actually write it down, they may not make a note of this, but they're going to say, hey, to themselves, hey, you know, these people, you know, these 3 or 4 people who have applied for the job, you know, they're just standard workers, whatever. They don't have any special rights or benefits. They don't have anything protecting them from being fired, you know. I think we'll go with these people as opposed to the people who have the special rights, the special laws, the special benefits that prevent them from being fired for multiple different reasons, you know, including their sexual identity or how they act at work, whether they're acting gay or whatever, or very sexual, you know. If I wanted to fire one of the, you know, non-special right employees, it wouldn't be a problem. I wouldn't have a lawsuit to face, you know, potentially. I mean, you know, it's not likely that they're going to sue me for firing them because they're heterosexual or because they're white or because, you know, a bunch of other standard things. But the people who have fought for these special laws, like the affirmative action laws, and now these anti-discrimination laws, you know, the employer is going to think to themselves, hey, this person's gay, or this person's black, or this person's, you know, whatever. They've got special rights. They've got special organizations to defend them, like the ACLU and whatever else. And if I fire them, they may have been fired totally legitimately, but they're going to bring this up, possibly. I'm not saying all of them are going to do this, but I'm saying, you know, the possibility is there that they're going to say, hey, you know, I just came out of the closet a week ago, and, you know, they fired me. You know, the story in between that isn't going to make much difference in court. You know, the employer would possibly say, hey, you know, this guy or this girl or whatever, they came out of the closet, yeah, but then they started hitting on everybody at work. Or they had this weird funky swagger and this weird lisp and this weird, you know, way of presenting the company and themselves, and it changed. You know, the week before they came out, they were acting, hey, like we hired them. The person that we hired was still employed, and it was still the person coming to work every day. Then they came out of the closet and acted fabulous, and everything was different, and they started, you know, acting very sexual and very, you know, different. It wasn't the same person anymore. So we fired him because it was a distraction at work. It wasn't congruent to a productive work environment. The court's going to be like, listen, man, you can't fire somebody when they come out of the closet. You know, that's discrimination. You know, award. You know, and then they're going to award the plaintiff, you know, whatever, millions of dollars. You know, and then they can retire. I mean, think about it. If there's laws in place like that, and someone goes in and applies for a job, what if they just act normal? Hey, I'm professional. I'm going to do the job right. Let's do this. Whatever. A year goes by and they're like, hey, you know, job kind of sucks. I hate getting up at 7 a.m. I hate having to drive to work. And you know what? There's these laws out there that, hey, I could take advantage of. So I'm going to go ahead and come out of the closet and act really fruity and be weird and distract the whole workplace. And they're going to fire me. And then, hey, I'm going to go find an attorney and sue their ass and retire. You know? And so that's the blowback from getting these special rights and these special laws passed. And it's negatively affecting not just the businesses and the workplace, it's also negatively affecting those people who it's supposed to benefit. Because the employers are going to, like I said, they're going to take risk evaluations. They're going to be like, hey, this person's risky, this person's not. I don't care if this person's got mad skills. I don't want to get sued, so I'm going to hire this person. You know, as an employer, I would like the opportunity to be able to hire anybody without worrying about these lawsuits or these special rights or these whatever. I would like to get the best talent possible, whether they're gay, straight, black, yellow, brown, purple, whatever. I don't care. I want the best talent. I don't care what their persuasion is or their color is or their ethnicity or their nationality or any of that. My goal is the bottom line and making money and being a good company, representing myself well, representing the company well. My employees also doing the same thing, representing our company well and being productive. I don't want to worry about these special issues. And I think that employers are going to be far more standoffish when there are issues like this coming up. Hey, do I hire this guy and risk a lawsuit, or do I hire this guy, and work and get stuff done. You know, that's the difference. So I reject the special rights. I respect these people, absolutely respect them. My cousin's gay, a lot of my friends are gay. My former counselor when I was homeless at the homeless ministry I used to go to was gay, a Christian gay man, very well educated. Lots of people that I used to squat with and hang with, you know, when I was hanging out in Seattle and stuff, gay, cool people, no problem. But I don't ever support special rights. It's Ryan at Cincy Life. Take care. Peace out.